Hi guys, how's it going? It's Mr. Enemy here, and today I'm just going to talk about what my experience with the Division has been so far, because the game's been out now since Tuesday. So, I'm not doing a full review yet, because I've not had enough time in the game. I've only had 16 hours in, I've not even done a story or anything yet, so this is just a roundup of what I think so far. Basically, I love it, I love the way it plays, I love like all the different side stuff you can do, all these different random encounters that you have. The story itself's beautifully done. It does work really well. It gives you a nice background into the whole infection virus outbreak, the bloody dollar flu and how it all kind of began and the madness behind it and the guy that started it. That kind of just opens it up. The leveling system works fine for me. The only thing I would say is though, the side quests are very repetitive, but it's side stuff, so you know. But other than that, it's great fun. I love like the little different how the game progresses over time and how you seem to now from where it started the game. There's none of these trapped explosive cars, but now there's explosive straps to the cars that you got to watch out for when you're running and stuff like that. These are like little traps everywhere. The enemies are bloody increasingly harder, but you do slowly begin to develop how to take them out in groups. So there is a little bit of lacking variation types of enemies. Yeah, you have your bosses, and then you have your normal guys, and you have the close range guys that'll just run at you, or shotgunners, and that's it really. There's no massive variation between enemies types, which I'm hoping they do add more in for the DLC, because obviously I don't know yet. I've not got to the end of the game or anything yet. I'm only level 20 at the moment, nearly 21. I like all the different guns you can get, stuff like that. I like how all the different mods, all the different weapons. PvE is the main thing I've been playing so far, because I am playing it solo at the moment. So it's kind of quite, there's loads to do. I'm not bored of it yet at all. I'm not run out of stuff to do. I'm not fed up with it. I'm at least playing 3-4 hours a day of it. Spare time and stuff like that. I'm streaming it every now and then as well. And then you just, all the different guns, all the different traders, all the different safe zones and houses that you can have are absolutely mint. The map itself it doesn't look that big when you actually get in and play it. It's humongous. And you don't realise really until you properly get started into it. I love how it doesn't force you into the dark zone though. You can just play full PvE. I've done little bits of dark zone here and there, but I'm not fully prepared. I'm going to wait until I'm level 30 and then go in and probably go in with a few friends and stuff like that, team up with randoms. But if you don't want to go full dark zone, you don't have to, and you can just kind of just chill and progress at your own speed. So for casual people, it's PvE is fine. You can come in, play a few hours, and then 2-3 hours a day, that's all you need to do. Not even that, there's just loads you can do. I just seem to always have this crave to play it, which I like. I'm loving playing it. It's probably at the moment the only thing that I've got a proper drive to play. Just because I always want to see, I always want to keep progressing, keep going, which is mint, and I like that. And I like how you just never seem, there's no lack of content. The content's there. I just think it needs a little bit more depth at the moment now. Because it is just, like I said before, it just is repetitive. It's the same thing. After a while, side missions are the same thing over and over again. Mission layout's cool. I like how they do it in different areas. All the different tasks and stuff like that. The little time bits as well. You do actually get little proper moments of panic, especially if you're doing missions on your own. You do get these moments of full-on panic where you're a bit I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna end up doing all this, but you do somehow manage to do it because the timing's fair. It's not like you've got 30 seconds to run to the other side of the building. They are very fairly done, and matchmaking's, I've not had any issues finding matchmaking to do missions or anything like that. You do consistently, more or less, I found myself getting to the lobbies quite easily, and the community around it at the moment is quite supportive of one another, especially. This is just my PvE experience. I've not fully delved into Dark Zone yet, so obviously once I've done Dark Zone I'll probably do another video explaining the Dark Zone and how I feel about that. But yeah, the community, the first, I got it on launch day, within the first few hours there was teaming with people doing missions and stuff like that, because the community is just quite open to support one another, which is good, and I hope it to stay like that. And weapon customization's good. The only thing that was a massive disappointment was character customization. There's like 4 standard presets, there's a little bit of variation between each one, and then that's kind of that. Like clothing and stuff like that, that's the only thing that separates you. Really. Like your actual apparel, but your character's expression, like face and stuff like that, there's no like massive variation in that. Like, I understand that completely because it's not something that you completely focus on. I get that, it's not what the game's really about, it's not a full-blown MMO. I think that's why I was a little bit disappointed, but it is good, it's not like ridiculous where you can only pick like one person, but no. Other than that, like upgrading your base and stuff like that, that's fun, that's fluent. You always want to just get, because you strive to get the better gear, which is always good because there's always a challenge, and you can challenge yourself a lot. Like I just went for a phase of just using the rifle on my back, and I only used the rifle at one point. I didn't use it. I had a burst gun, so I just didn't use it. I just used the rifle and just blitzed through. It was great. There's not, like, if you want a challenge, you can full on challenge yourself within all the different modes and stuff like that. I like the side mission characters are all different in their own way. They've all got a little backstory to them, so you kind of learn about how these people are, what they were before the outbreak of the virus and stuff like that. And my whole opinion so far is I'm loving the games a bit. So yeah, if you did enjoy the video and you want to see more Division content and stuff like that on the channel and from everybody else on the channel, do leave a like, and if you're new around, subscribe and